All right, Ian. So Heritage Auctions does their auctions. We just talked about the insane lunacy of the 2600 sealed Spider-Man games going for thousands of dollars and now dropping off a cliff in price. So when I was looking at Heritage Auctions, I noticed a game that was on there that Heritage Auctions had for auction. Now, this is not on Heritage Auctions. They just get what they get and they consign and they auction off. But this led to, I mean, this goes back to a discussion we had about a month ago about what is Wata actually accepting for grading. And they had an English patch repro of a Final Fantasy game that didn't come out here in the U.S. So we had a slight disagreement about whether or not, you can see people getting it graded or what have you.
I understand your side of it, and I read some responses from people online, and I get it. I just didn't feel particularly that strongly about that one, and I still don't. But this example is something that I would...
You're more on my side with.
Yes, I would absolutely be in agreement on this.
So so Heritage Auctions recently put for auction, and I'm glad it went for basically nothing here. Because it's worthless. A reproduction grade cart of Hot Slots on the NES here. So Hot Slots, if you don't know, is one of the 3 Panesian adult games that came out in the NES. Rental only as far as we know. Peekaboo, Poker, Hot Slots, Bubble Bath Babes. They're extremely hard to find. They are black cartridges. You cannot confuse them with anything else. So this is straight up, you can't call it a straight counterfeit because it doesn't look like the original games, but it's a worthless reproduction of a rare game here. And if you made a case for, was it Time Walk was the last one, was the one that they graded? Was it Time Walk? It was a Time Walk game that was graded, the Final Fantasy one.
Yes.
So if you make a case at least that has some artistic merit, it's a company that went on to do other stuff. It's a nice, box game or what have you. This is just a cartridge that, someone probably bought off of AliExpress for like a few dollars and got graded.
This is someone taking an Action Comics #1, photocopying it and sending it to the fucking CGC for grading.
And getting it back with
a grade.
So it says Hot Slots, Panesian, 3-screw, donor. Oh, it's a donor cart. It says on there. So it's a fucking donor cart they graded?
Yeah.
Reproduction label.
Yeah, so that's...
Wow, that's somehow even worse to me.
Yes, it is. This wasn't.
I didn't see the donor card in the fine print until now.
This wasn't even a run of
legitimate repros, which isn't a thing.
It's not. But I mean that going back to the Final Fantasy 2 one, it was never released here. That was kind of my argument there. I do get your arguments and other people's, but this is literally
a cannibalized cart that's being graded with a repro label.
Yeah,
this is the lowest of the low.
Yeah,
to me.
This is literally something that someone does in their living room so they can have a copy to play, and they decide to grade it and sell it. Like, that's absurd.
Don't make the argument this is like a famous guy doing repro donor. No. This is straight up fucking garbage. This should not have been graded at all.
Yeah.
I don't care if I get a bad email. I'm calling out Wata for grading this.
Yeah, no, it's a bad idea.
This is if you want to say it was borderline before for the Final Fantasy thing, this is straight up fucking garbage. This is worthless. And I'm glad that the people agreed at Heritage Auctions because it only went for $35 with the buyer's premium. And you know what? The case is worth probably $35 at most.
Yeah.
Because with the buyer's premium, and I got to do the math backwards about how much it's actually sold for. 80% of $35 this sold for about. It actually got more than one bid. Who the hell is bidding on this? Let's for a joke. This went for like $28. This got, I think the minimum bids were like $19 or $20. This got like probably like a handful of bids. I don't think you can see the. Can you see the bidding history on here? I can't find it under. Let's see, auction info. It got 3 bids. Okay, it got 3 bids here. 3 bids on this, Ian. I guess if you want it just for a lark, it's not on them though. Again, first of all, I'm glad that the person got it graded lost money.
Yeah,
they lost money because they're only getting let's see, they're getting $28. They had to have it shipped there. They shipped it back and forth to get it graded. They lost money. Wada's not losing money. They're grading whatever they're getting into their warehouse and just taking money for this. Wata's made some missteps the past few months that have come to our attention.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean, this is exactly. I mean, I talk about the story about the guy who came into Luna during the sale once and like slipped in like bad repro versions of like Flintstones, Little Samson, and stadium events. This would be like if they said. I mean, they would grade those.
Well,
unless I hear otherwise, I mean, those would be sent in and those would be graded for whatever fucking reason. They would choose to grade those.
I can't believe this would be like you said it was a photocopy. No, Ian. This is like if I sent in an Action Comics #1 to be graded, but it was a real Golden Age comic I ripped to shred and I just put a photocopy of the cover over an actual comic. Like it somehow gets worse, being that it's a donor cart to me. Because now it's not a Hot Slots. This was not originally a Hot Slots. This was another game. This was another game that you graded to be, that you certified to be a Hot Slots.
A reproduction Hot Slots.
Like, this is wrong on every single level here. Can I make that clear? This is wrong on every level. They should have sent this back. Thanks, but no thanks. We don't do this.
They should have sent it back with a laugh track.
The amount of money you took to get this graded, other things, is not worth. First of all, Heritage should now has probably realized, well, this is a joke. If they didn't before, if I see the guys at Heritage again, if there was a Comic-Con, I would have told them about this. Like, you can't be auctioning off stuff like this. You can't. I feel like I informed the guy last year. I had a 20-minute conversation with a guy from Heritage about some of this stuff. But now I'd like to have a further conversation about these sort of things here. And I know they're all in bed with each other, Heritage with Wata, with some of the people that bid on and buy the car. I get that. But at some point, it's blatantly clear you're doing something this wrong that it has to be called out. This isn't like the prototype screw up where we'll give you a pass even though you should have known better.
Yeah.
But this isn't if you want to say the borderline doing the repro run of the time walking. This is trash. This is straight trash. I can't put it any nicer. I'd like to put it nicer than that.
No.
This is trash.
That's garbage.